At that point, that's a ankle lock, which means likelihood is if it goes extreme, it's a lot of damage into your ankles. Now, some people, it's going to be the second piece we're going to do, is they'll think, well, I didn't cross my feet, but my feet are way down here. So he's just going to do the same thing and he's going to hook my toes. Okay? Now through here, if he pries my toes down, tap, okay, it can do the same thing. It can either hurt my ankles or it can travel all the way up to my knee and act like an inside heel hook. So when I take his back, I don't shove my feet all the way through like this. So what we're just going to do with our partners, we're going to do all the stuff we're not supposed to do. Okay? So I'm going to get in position. I'm going to cross my ankles very carefully. He's going to put his leg over the top, tap, and then I'm going to go super deep with my toes, tap. Okay? So then I'm going to hide my feet more up into his groin, heels into the cup, and my toes should be angling almost to his knees. So now if he wants to hook my legs, they're pretty much hidden and they're kind of safe. Does that make sense? Makes sense. So let's just do that real quick with our partner. Again, go slow. Knees and legs are finicky. Okay? So first we're going to cross our ankles like we're not supposed to do. And we're going to hook those ankles and ankle lock our partner.
Yeah.
And then we're going to shove our feet deep. And
All right, now, oh yeah.
Yep, so it's over.
Keep going.
Now, bring your heels in, put them right into the groin. Yes. And now that they're playing more in the thighs, it's harder for the calves to hook into.
Like that one because
So these small stuff like that.
you saw the video how you defend the home.
Yeah, but pressure.
Yeah, I saw that.
No, I know, but you gotta get
What was it?
Make good tap.
Last week. Yeah, she got hit with the money goal like that every roll.
So when people are connected to us, what we're going to do is we're going to throw our legs over, and then we're going to arc our hips. So we're going to use my legs to push his ankles down, and I'm going to use my hips to drive up. Yep.
There you go.
That's straight the leg.
Your leg is too short.
Oh,
Insert area. So make sure we're playing with all three currently right now. Too deep, cross your ankles.
Cross your ankles there. Make it really change out. There you go. That's right.
I did. Oh, they talked about
6 a.m.
I saw you were here at 6.
I don't like to.
And then also it's the same thing. If we're too deep, I think you get a hold of our toes, it does the same thing. Actually, I think that one's worse because that's more of an inside heel. And then we hide our heels in the groin.
Yeah.
Then we play a little bit safer.
Yeah, that comes quick. Yeah.
All right, time. So now there's lots of positions that we can play with to put our feet in. The biggest part is if you're playing competitively, if I cross my ankles, I will get 0 points for position. Okay? My ankles are not allowed to be crossed. If they are at that point, no referee will give me points for my back take. The requirements are 2 hooks with my legs, okay, and at least 1 underhook with my arm. 2, okay, that's bonus. Right now I've got 4 hooks in play. This would be points. This would not be points. Okay, 2 arms on top of the shoulders does not equal the position. That would be good. That would be good. That would not. The moment this leg is not in play, I don't get the position. Okay, heels in. If I'm crossed up, no points. Okay. Now, some people through here, you're long and slender and things of that nature. You can do things like body locks and the like. Again, great positions, but if you're playing in a competitive environment, body triangles do not equal any points. Okay, so let's do this. If you can, grab a partner, I'm gonna have you three. You got long shit. I can't do it today.
Andrew's here.
Yeah, grab it. Okay. Do a body triangle.
All right.
So these guys long, slender, everything else. So now fall to the non-locks, yes. So this is what's referred to as a body triangle or body lock, okay? Great position. If you can achieve it, that is the way you want to be, okay? The lock must go to the ceiling. The feet do not touch the ground, okay? But if you're in a competitive environment, that equals no points. It's a great position. I would recommend it. If you can do it, it works really well. But, okay, leave your feet exactly where they are and roll to me. When the feet go to the ground, you're going to put your leg on top of his. And now I want you to arc your hips at me. No, don't roll. Don't roll. All I want you to do is just arc your hips into his ankle. Now, keep your weight on his leg so he can't go down. Okay? And arc into that ankle.
Start feeling that pressure.
Through here.
So what?
Okay. So what ends up happening is a body triangle where the feet are trapped to the ground turns into, just like when we crossed our feet, can turn into an ankle lock. If he can put enough pressure through here, Andrew can't let go because of the way the feet are trapped, and he can get ankle locked in this position. So if you ever do a body triangle or a body lock, go to the opposite side and always put the triangle to the ceiling. Now, that's going to be a repeat thing for the most part. If you're going to do a triangle, do the triangle to the ceiling. Okay? It's going to give you more mobility. Okay? So now, okay. So I got my hooks. I'm coming in. Again, lots of variations. One variation says, this is my choking hand, hide it by the control hand, and then crowd it up into his neck. So that in the fight, when he reaches up to peel the hand off, I want him to peel the wrong one. So this hand now goes up to his neck, and I like this one to go with a one-on-one on the other hand. This becomes the foundation of our choke. Okay? Now through here, we're seated up. Okay? Size matters from here. Okay? To take away the size advantage or disadvantage, take them to the side. He's now literally laying into my choke. I can choke him directly from here. My hand is on his shoulder and I'm holding on to the one-on-one. Okay? Reach across with your right hand, pull my hand down. Pull it. Pull it. Right. The cross grip is a horrible defense. It's not impossible, but it doesn't usually work. It can. There's a little bit of a size difference in the light. When Dave pulls, all he's doing is pushing my hand into the top of his shoulder. Okay? Use your other hand. Pull. Okay? So if I can trap this hand in the one-on-one and at least get up on his shoulder, I already have an advantage. So now through here, don't pull his head off of his shoulders. Do the exact opposite. Take your elbow, pull it in like you're trying to touch your own belly button, in, okay? Now I'm literally gonna put my chest into his back, and I'm gonna pull my elbows towards me. Okay, and that's where my choke's gonna sit with just one hand. Okay, pull the hand down, pull it down, Dave, fight it. 10, 9, come on Dave, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, okay? So even in that position, holding on, again, get to our side. Dave and I are roughly the same size. If I leave him on top of me, he can start shoving back with his legs, causing his weight to kind of crash in. So we take away the size and weight advantage by laying to our side. Okay, we're gonna lay him into our choke so that by the time we fall, his head literally just drops right into the cradle, grab onto his neck, and hold the one-on-one. Okay, remember through here, the choke. Pinch the elbow to your belly button. Pinch down, I'm holding on to the one-on-one. Put my chest into his back. And then through here, pull my elbows back while doing all of those pressures. Okay? You're not gonna tap everybody, but you're gonna tap most. Okay? One-handed chokes. When I do hit rear nakeds right now, it's probably at least 50% of every rear naked I hit. It's a pretty high number for a one-handed choke that's not supposed to work. Okay? So again, I'm in, lock him up, Okay, when he starts coming up to me, 2 hands, man. Oh no, no. He pulls, my hand immediately goes up, get the 1-on-1, fall to your side, crunch to his chest, your chest into his back, and pull your elbows backwards. Okay? That's just phase 1. It's the lightest of all the chokes, but I'm telling you, when you start to make it work, it's going to be most of what you're going to hit. Just give it a shot. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you can play with it. So get to the 1-on-1. Come on. Tap your shoulder.
So you start pulling on my hands?
Try to pull it down with your right hand. Because that cross grip, the best you can do is you put the pressure down at the top of your shoulder.
So I pinch.
Now put that hand.
Maybe you need to pull more across.
Let him try to pull the head on.
Alright.
You should not
Try it on.
anticipate. No, let's go back. You gotta just leave the arms.
So now, give him a countdown, whisper in his ear, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and jump back in. Guys, pull the hand down. Right here. Chest in. I'll do that.
Yeah.
Now do here. Just cup the top of her shoulder. Now, I like to take the hand and put it on their belly.
Yeah, that's the thing that I was telling you.
So now watch. Try to put his hand down. The cross grip through here, the only thing they can do is pull down. And as long as my hand is cupped on the shoulder, it just puts more pressure on top of the shoulder. It doesn't get out. So now, the choking hand, grab onto your own wrist, and then I can pulling your hands up.
I'm getting his arm in the middle.
Correct. So this is the choke. So what we're going to do, we're going to put this one down here. This one, grab onto your own wrist. Now, pull up into his throat. So now when he grips and he pulls,
I see what you're saying. Okay. You want to start to put my hands?
hold that hand right on his belly button. He's going to make his cross grip. I don't know. As long as we're tucked on the shoulder, it's hard to do.
What would?
So put it in.
What would mine? Okay.
Yeah. So whenever I go to put this down, as soon as I do that, I grab this arm and you pull that.
The other one, pull up into his throat and get on top of his shoulder. Sort of.
As soon as I pull that.
Alright, so here.
Oh.
Are you tired? Oh, you woke up on fire. Yeah. Then you're back.
I'm not going to choke you.
There you go.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. So now, we're just going to do the same thing, but, like I said, I bring my choking hand in, the other one comes under the armpit, and I cover the choking hand. The philosophy behind it is, when I pull it up and you bring your defensive hands in to try to strip the choke, you're going to strip the wrong hand, okay? And then I grab the one-on-one, shove my hand up, and I take advantage of the situation, okay? That's one of the options. Just unused. Option number 2, okay? We go the other way. My choking hand is now on top, okay? So, if he brings his hands up to peel, I already hit the one-on-one. So the only question is, doesn't matter which way we go, I have a solution for either one. If I go choking hand hidden and he pulls, my hand climbs up for the choke, and then I go hunting for the one-on-one. If I go choking hand on top, and when he pulls that, my one-on-one is the easiest grip I get now, okay? Now again, when we're here, and he pulls my hands down, okay, that was easy. When I disconnect, cross grips are harder to hold on to. So when we're here, get used to punch and pull. So when I get the one-on-one and I punch his hand down, pull the hand up. And in most instances, you're gonna be able to get to their neck, okay? So I come in through here, he comes in, I go one-on-one, and then I climb up. Cross grips are notoriously weak, especially for pulling down. Because when he's holding on through here, and I'm climbing up, he doesn't have a whole lot to play with. Even if I'm going slow, play itsy bitsy spider up the body until I can make my connection. You'd be amazed at how many people you'll choke out with their fingers still stuck inside the choke. Because again, that cross grip through here, it's great to anchor, but it's difficult to pull because the pressure wants to go weird directions. It wants to go out this way, okay? And I'm in a position where I'm at one of my strongest. You know, when you go into the weight room and the like, you know, there's not a lot of people that lift doing these kinds of motions. They're coming in, they're curling, they're doing bench, they're not doing these kinds of motions. There's no body into that, okay? So, again, if I'm in, he comes in, I don't wait. I now trap the one-on-one. Hold on my hand, Dave. Hold it, don't let me have it. Don't let me have it, Dave. Don't let me have it, Dave. Don't let me have it. Creeping death. Don't let me have it. Okay? And again, you'd be amazed at how many people you will choke with their hands still stuck trying to defend. Okay? And at that point in time, be ready, because I'm controlling one hand, the other hand may be in his own throat, so the tap may be weird. Okay? So if they start making convulsion, those, you know, whatever, let go. They're probably already out. Partners, be ready. Okay? You might feel a hand trying to flappy paddle because I'm holding on to the one-on-one. He may be trying to tap with this hand because the other one might be stuck inside the choke. Right. So pay attention. You go. Okay.
You can't even stop your foot.
Go ahead and let go. Okay. So now let's play the grip the other way. Choking hand on top. As soon as they come in, I go one-on-one. Punch my way up. Lock onto the shoulder. If he does have a grip on my arm, I come up. And then I climb. Itsy bitsy spider up his body. Okay, and then finish my choke. Alright, let's get it. 1, 2, 3. And now, as soon as he pulls this down, take this hand down and grab his wrist. Yep, that's our one-on-one. Now, climb through the choke. Literally, take your fingers and walk. Yes.
Cup the shoulder, cup the shoulder.
And then take him to the side. Yeah. His head now naturally wants to fall deeper into the choke, and then we eat up that space. Climb it, climb it, climb it, climb
You can only leave a space. You know, good. Yeah, because here, you see my arm here, you don't have a choice now.
Punch it walk, punch it walk.
Yeah, that arch on top.
Whisper in his ear.
Oh, right, yeah.
Empieza a tocar, toma agua.
You just feel like getting weak.
Yeah, it's just like, it's so funny how just the fingers calm.
Yeah.
I try to do it that in Darcy. So like if I have a decent grip, I just itsy bitsy spider on the back.
And then I don't know. It's a great mental destruction when they're like holding on, but they're losing. They're losing that battle. Just.
Ruth Ann taught me that one day, and since then it just like made sense.
But then you do it everywhere though.
Yeah.
My hand's on the floor. I'll just creep my hand along. All right, grab it one more time.
You're the worst wife ever.
She felt the trap. She was like,
You didn't do the dishes today.
He heard it tap. You are not sorry. We have these two.
Alright, so now, again, put your hooks in, do it from there. I'm just kneeling behind him so it makes it faster for us to play with our hands. Okay? But imagine my short little stubby legs are hooked in. So, I'm in, and I don't care which grip I go into. Dave is going to make a smart choice, and he's going to go after my hands. Okay? So again, through here, I don't care which way he goes. If you notice now, I am making a grip on his hand. So I'm in, he comes in to fight me, I say no, I grab his, and then I grab my own. So now I have my same seatbelt, but now I'm grabbing onto his wrist at the same time, okay? And this is predominantly his best defensive hand. We've already covered why the far side hand isn't very good, okay? It's very difficult in that position to really do anything. So now that I've got him here, this is about the best I'm gonna get, okay? So now I kind of play the same thing. I climb up, then I punch down, and I shoot up to his neck. Now, when I do this, there's times where what he's gonna do is he's gonna use that other hand and he's gonna grab on. And his goal is, from here, is to get my choking hand off of his neck. So a lot of times what he'll do is he'll grab on, and then he'll put my hands up and over his neck, here. Now the choke is gone, okay? But in doing that, he's opening up a lot of doors, okay? So when I'm in, I've got him here. When he goes to lift up and over, I'm not gonna make it easy for him, okay? As we go in, my hand's gonna go to the back of his head. I'm gonna lean back and pull on his arm. So, now the goal is, when I do it, is when I'm here, watch what he's gonna do with his hips. He's gonna slide down. This takes away some of my ability to choke him, and it makes it smaller for him to make the arm go up and over. Go over. Okay? Makes it easier for him. Okay? But what it also does is it lowers where I have to go. So when he goes up and over, right here, all I do is hold his head, try to keep his head in play, and then as I fall, pull his arm with me. That's going to go after his shoulder. Okay? This is essentially Americana. So Americana is a shoulder lock to the top. Kimura is a shoulder lock to the bottom. So again, when we're here, when he goes up, right here, I put my hand behind his head and then pull. Now notice right now, nothing's happening. Why is that? There's no tension on his head, okay? When I'm here, act like you're holding his head in place and fall away, okay? Now he's in a really horrible position. Turn any direction you would like it. The arm position and the neck kind of put him into a very horrible position. Now, I'm going to tap you with it. That's my goal. So go slow, pressure the head, pull the arm backwards. Notice I have to create space between Dave and I to make it happen. Okay, go slow though. Guys, your shoulders are super tight. You don't realize it. Stretch. Do more of it. Okay. Ladies, your arms go way further than they ever should. Okay. So For the ladies, it's more about feeling pressure in the shoulder. Don't necessarily wait for the full pain to set in. For the guys, you're gonna hurt, okay? And definitely tap before that gets too extreme. Make sense? All right, let's get 1, 2, 3.
As soon as he said peel the arm, I knew it was coming.
He was just showing us. He was just.
Alright.
Yeah, it's actually easier with the hooks there. Grab his arms.
There's like a lock on something again.
Yeah, just like that. So now, what we're gonna do here.
He went here like that.
So what I'm doing by slipping down, yeah, I put the hand.
Or even there. You just gotta circle it over.
Yeah.
There.
So now, he goes up and over.
I was getting ready to get like this.
You gotta keep that head still, because otherwise it's stable. So I start hand fighting, go there. Like that. You got the one.
Yeah, right here.
I told him today.
It never moves.
I told him today.
It's the other one.
Pull my arm.
Shape the head.
Never let go. Pull his hand to your chest. Push his hand forward.
No, there.
You grab his hand. Other hand. You grab this one. Yeah. You grab your this one. Go back. So now, as he lifts, he's going to bring your hands all the way to his head. So right here, this hand goes in. This hand pulls up full his head. Here's his head forward. And pull his wrist to your shoulder.
At least a half.
Now, take it. Start taking this.
Oh man.
You just go down. You go down here. You don't go down here. Down here.
Yeah.
Now you have a power to go to more than drive. What side you need to go?
Because one day, a little while ago, 12 just went in there.
This
And I remember
Yeah, but you don't stay here, you don't come in.
that was at noon a while back. I think it was just Eric and I that day.
Left
And we
to
went
right.
over this. That's how I remember it.
High, boom, boom. It goes down. No, you can easily my ass behind my head.
Pull his hand to your chest.
Messing it up.
You want this here? You want this whatever
Yes.
Shooting.
No, he's going down, down. Go. fire stick.
I had a bar.
You gotta do it.
Hold up.
All right.
Be ready. What do you want?
All right, so now,
Heads going this way.
so myself, I don't like what I call dead ends. Okay, a dead end is a move that I don't know how to chain it together with anything else. That's a dead end. It turns into an all or nothing proposition. Okay, I go for it, and if it fails, then I usually lose position. They now have the advantage of coming at me and the like. I don't like dead ends. I like pieces that are multi-tools that fit in and play with as much different variation as possible. So every time I put something into play, I always want more than one option on the table. Okay? And coming back to the beginning is always one of my options. Okay? In this particular instance, with that entrance I just did today, okay, so again, if I'm in, I grab onto him and I lock on. So this becomes part of my entrance to go in. Now, if he takes my hands and puts them up and over, fantastic. Okay? So through here, as I lay back, this foot's gonna release, and I want to climb up on top of his chest, and my other foot goes from his hip, and I like to act like I'm gonna cross my ankles together. Okay? All I'm doing through here is holding on to his elbow and still holding on to that wrist. Okay? So now through here, do I move around, Dave? So now, if we're ready, I can go over. I can now go into my arm bar, okay? Or go back. Or as I'm here, I put my foot into his hip, and what I'm going to do through here is I'm going to stomp like I'm kicking him away. You see how he just slid down, okay? What was the rule we talked about earlier with triangles? We talked about it with a body triangle, but what was one of the rules I talked about? Right, feet go to the ceiling, it's always better. Okay? Can I do it the other way? Absolutely. But it's going to be better if your triangle goes to the ceiling. So, when I'm in, again, he slides down, come up and over, I'm going to get on top of his shoulders. Foot goes on his hip. So when I push him away, I'm going to turn to my side, and my heel touches my knee. If your heel touches your knee, you have no excuse. You can lock your legs. If they don't touch, okay, we're going to struggle. Okay, but if they can touch, then that means that my leg goes up and over, and that means my ankle can go behind my knee. There's no excuse. So Dave is now stuck in a triangle. So there's a choke going on through here. I'm going to take away some of that tension so he doesn't go out while we're talking. Now, I like pairing my stuff together. Okay, if I can lock him up in the triangle, triangle's best friend is armbar. Okay, they are two of the big sisters in the trio of sisters. Okay, triangle is big sister. Okay, armbar is not only her sister, but is also her best friend. They are always together. So if I lock him in, through here, I'm going to pull his hand up, and I'm going to feed it into my armpit. Clamp my elbow to my side, and slowly push my hip into his elbow, going after both my arm bar and my triangle simultaneously. Okay. Again, every time you have a triangle, you have an arm bar. The three sisters of destruction, they always go together. Triangle, when you have her, you always have arm bar, and the other sister is Kimura. Okay. She's bipolar, it's Americana and Kimura, depends on what mood she's in. Okay, but the three sisters are always together. Go searching. Triangle is the best of the sisters. Like I said, you have her, the other sisters are always there. Triangle leads to armbar. Like I said, they are best friends. You get one, you have the other. Okay, so we lock the triangle, we instantly go for the armbar as well. I don't care what triangle you're doing, what position you're in, find the triangle, find the armbar. They're always together. So again, I'm in, he starts to slide. This time, as I lay back, okay, I'm just going to cup his elbow, pull his hand to my chest. Okay, now my feet let go and climb. Okay, right through here, I have an armbar in play. and I have a very lazy triangle. Once I'm here, foot on the hip, not the floor. Okay? It's better to push off on him than it is anything else. So as I push to make him go down, turn to my side and heel to knee. If I can touch, okay, it's a great triangle. So when it touches, then we lock and flex those toes. My foot does not hang out here. It goes behind his hip to hide. Now through here, he's already choking. Okay, I'll take that choke off. Okay, now again, through here, lots of armbar possibilities. I'm gonna go loose on my triangle so he's not choking. Okay, easy, it's not really a triangle or not really an armbar, it's just a shoulder. I hold on to that elbow and I start to push my hips. Okay, that's going after his shoulder. I could just straighten his arm. Or I put it into my armpit for the power variation. And through here, I typically just go gunslinger, pinch my elbow together, and as my shoulder goes back, my hips go forward. Now, I got short little stubbies. They always struggle with triangles, so as I tell everybody, if I can do it, I know you can do it. Especially those long legs. All right, let's get it. 1, 2, 3.
You wanna give it a shot, man? Sure.
Bring that arm up and over. Now put one hand on his elbow. No, don't switch your hands. Your hand was already on his chest. Now, pinch your chest. Now, throw your legs up on the shoulders. Beautiful. Now, put your foot on his hip. Now,
Come
remember,
here.
lay down to this side.
Here.
I like that shotgun grip one, yeah.
Yeah, but it's dangerous.
It's dangerous though.
It comes up so fast.
There's a dude in Bellator that got caught in an armbar like that.
Yeah.
You just see the
Hold his elbow.
Bring your arm to your
That's
chest.
more shoulder at that point.
And then you want to bring your
Yeah.
You want to do it?
No, it's my second day.
Okay.
There you go.
Now,
Watch him do it.
Under your chest. Give it here.
Go down. Go down. No, no.
Yes. So gunslinger for me is this motion.
These arms.
Yes.
Here.
It's because I go and reach back, and for me, when I hit,
Feel that.
yeah,
The control.
so there's a lot of arm bars I do where when I step,
You
up and out of everything, and it puts us into the armpit, pinches my elbow, and gives me a T.
You move to the side.
I've seen some people that they go like behind
have
their
to
lower
try it.
back. I find no power in that
Where?
position. That one just
Here have the arm bar.
Alright, so now remember the rule we talked about. Lay down and make your feet go back. Yes. Because now what's happening is his head is naturally falling into your leg. So now, when you step on his hip, I want you to kind of almost like slide that way. So step on his hips and push yourself back. Yes. Now heel to knee.
Fighting the hand, Mike.
If that can touch, now we go over the top.
Now,
Now try to get your ankle all the way to the back of your knee. Yes. Now take your toes
it's a
and
feedback. Okay, now, like you go down, you move the arm. Now this arm, no, control the arm. Okay. This will come behind. Rather move here.
put your foot on the hip.
Here, see control.
What's going to happen is
You go down.
just
Now, you open that leg, throw and shoulder, here, cross.
So you have to push off of that hip,
Cross the leg. Here, you have control, you have the shoulder lock.
so the feet always move the same.
You good, Mikey?
Pretty much, yeah. And then now when you put that wrist, your wrist on like
The goal is you move the body to that side, this ankle towards the knee. Here. Here. Now throw, look the triangle. Right now. Here. Put the hips is inside. Okay. His lat is tight. You good, Mikey? Okay. Now you have the triangle. Flush, you can play with the arm. You can let the other hand. Yeah, he's got to get it. Yeah, you see the thumb? The thumb is that way. You pull to the other way. Like that. So the triangle, you need to squeeze your leg. Do one more time.
Yeah.
Just from the shoulder. Then from here, throw the leg. Here. As soon as you throw, lock it. No. Hold it. Here. When you're ready, put the leg and the hip, it moves.
The side is going to fall to anyway. So right from here.
Here is not tight. And you move here, use it to move yourself. To get a good position, you heel, touch your knee. When you move, yeah, when you touch your knee, do the triangle. You wanna be here. If you're a big guy, it's okay, you go and you have something. Here, you hide it. Now you have the arm bar. And you can't play with the arm. So you remember twist the arm. Now.
That's my exit strategy. If he starts trying to swirl it out,
I can do two here.
throw that leg over his head, and go for this, go for the arm. Now, so now,
Yeah, me too. I'm good on that. It's like I'm so close to it. I'll tell them someday, like tomorrow, I'll fight it. No matter what, I'm tackling that shit. Because my shoulders are tight, so.
But I'm like sore.
if I need to, I can always grab it.
Monday off. I can try to. Sunday I was in here. That's all. And then yesterday I tried to get here.
So she starts to bring it over. So through here, hold this here. Now, take your right leg, you're at the top of the shoulder. Now through here, I like to just cross my legs. So bring both legs up and cross. So right now, this is just my control position. Okay. So now, once I feel comfortable, leg to the side, step over hip, right? And now, yes. And as you're doing that, you're gonna keep moving this foot up. Yep. Now, once I lock it, tight it behind your back.
It's a road, it takes you to Orange City to Deltona.
It's like going up 710.
It's so different when you're all of a sudden you're out. It's like
Yeah,
the triangle. You know which way to go.
Yeah, this is 792.
What is your
Happy road, this is the city
I used to
border,
love that
everything.
place.
Yeah,
We had one bad experience, now you don't need to. So like, it's on the list, so, you know?
Yeah, but if you go with that road, you think you have to the movie theater.
That movie theater's still got, oh, you're talking about episodes.
We've been there.
Yeah, I used to love eating there. We had one.
Yeah, put that one on top of the shoulder.
Yeah, we're going there.
You see all these spaces, it's not tight.
Shrimping away. Because see how your hips are.
Now, swing to the other side.
Now that's what's gonna happen. And now, gonna start to move.
Not flexible, I need to stretch. Yeah, but not flexible ball.
Remember, keep playing that
You
side.
here, push yourself.
Take your heel, touch your knee.
To touch, yeah.
Now, hold your top.
He's going.
Because if my heel can touch, now this leg can go over the top of the ankle.
Because if you come in here, you see all the hop? Because if you come in here,
So move this one on top of that foot. Yes. All right, time. Right, Dave?
Right, literally right down the street from here.
So the next piece, I'm just gonna kind of show it, just to kind of show you some possibilities. The biggest part is for me, okay? There's a phrase, it's people put Bruce Lee's name on it, it's not his, it belongs to other people that predate him. But I don't fear the man that's done 1,000 techniques one time. I fear the man that's done one technique 1,000 times, okay? That is jujitsu. Okay? At the end of the day, I don't need to be good at everything. Okay, so kind of get that out of your head. Not every move is for everyone. Okay, some moves are for long and lanky. Some moves are for short and stocky. Some moves are for those very flexible. Some moves are for those very strong. Okay, but there's moves for everyone. Literally, you're going to the world's biggest buffet. Okay, and at this point in time, okay, the foods I like won't be the foods you like. Or maybe there's some that we like together, but there's other stuff that we like that are very different. Some like spicy, some want sweet, some want savory. And it's gonna change every time you go to the buffet. But you're always gonna have your favorites. Okay? But I don't need to know everything. I don't have to be good at everything. But part of our knowledge base is understanding that these things exist because they will be used against you. Whether you like the move or not, okay, what your partner knows, they're going to use it against you. So I need to have at least a foundation of a lot of these things so I know what they are so that I can defend them. But as far as actually having to do them, I don't need to know all of them. What I need is a core set of some really good skills, and then I need to be able to find them from everywhere. Okay? Because ultimately at the end of the day, okay, all I need to do is find a piece that's familiar, and then I can guide you to everything I know. Okay? Some call it a spider web, some call it a game plan, some call it a network, whatever it is. But I know, drop me off wherever, and the moment I find a landmark that's familiar to me, you're like, I now know where everything is. And that's what you want to do with your game. So, I'm here holding on to Dave, and I get him in position. So I don't wait for him. If this is the set that I want to do, I start to take charge and I start to go after him aggressively, if that's the set I want to do. So through here, I'm going to whip him to the side, knowing I want my right leg over his shoulder, and I'm going to start going after his arms to get him into position. So I come in through here, my leg's open, I throw, and I get on top of that shoulder. Okay? Now I can start to release. Now that I'm in, and we can start to go for whatever it is we like. Okay? At the same time, go triple. So, the other thing in this game is just because it's upside down, it's not different. Just because it comes in from a new angle, it's not different. Okay? That's where too many people get confused. They go, oh wow. It's exactly what you just did. You're driving down I-4, you got traffic, so you're like, let's pull off here. Hey, look, there's the place I wanted to be anyway. There's always more than one way to get to whatever it is you want. So, I'm in, I fish my hand through, I post on his head, I fall. As I hit, I run him into my Kimura trap. When he goes to sit up, I say thank you for the gift. My knee slides into that pocket. I then hook his arm. Okay? Now through here, when I take him over, where are we? So now, we are exactly where we planned on being. So the goal is to get good at something and then arm yourself not with 1,000 techniques. Arm yourself with 4 or 5 good solid techniques and then learn to get to them from everywhere, okay? You're gonna be way more dangerous with that mentality than doing what we call being a move collector, okay? Through here, I just did a simple basic technique. I did a triangle and an arm bar. It looks fancy because it was from his back, but arm bar and triangle, literally I can do in every position in the game. So once you understand triangle, upside down, backwards, inside out makes no difference. A triangle is a triangle. Okay? The concepts remain the same, doesn't change partner to partner. The arm bar that goes with it is always the same. How I grip it can change, okay? But the concept always remains the same. So at the end of the day, the phrase that when I was training with my instructor, his instructor's instructor, okay, always said, the definition of a master is one that makes the ordinary look extraordinary. He takes simple concepts and does them at extraordinary talent and precision. Okay? Typically it's not the people that just do fancy stuff all over the place. But most fancy stuff's just a bunch of basic stuff put together and done at an angle you're not familiar with. Okay? So, grab your partner, start with whatever grips you want. Okay? Partner starts with whatever defensive hands, okay? I'll give you the position, but you don't get to touch my throat, okay? I will already grab onto you and pull your hands away. Then we're gonna start resisting. You're gonna try to tap your partner out, arm bars, chokes, whatever it is you got, okay? Always nice and clean. Nobody goes hog wild. There's no championships today, things of that nature. Try to stay in your area. If you get tapped out, simply reset back to the beginning, count it down to your partner, okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Now here's the one caveat that we're gonna do to it though. When you go, if I go behind Dave and I get my hooks in, and we say go, I have to count down 10 seconds into his ear before I get to try to do anything to him, like choke him or anything else. He gets 10 seconds to try to escape. I have 10 seconds I have to hold. Then once I count down, I get unleashed, and I get to start trying to tap him out. Now, count in your partner's ear your time. They will know how confident you are in your ability to hold position by how fast you count. Right. So if you're confident, 5, 10. If you're confident, it's a very clean count, and when you're not, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 2, 1. All right, hook up your partner. I've got an empty square over here if somebody wants it. 1, 2, 2. Just remember, once we say go, 10 seconds of control. And then you get to try to tap your partner out.
Yeah. So we go, we start.
You can, but you have 10 seconds though where she's going to try to escape, and all you can do is try to control that. Go! Count it down! You're trying to escape. It's a live roll, and he can't tap you for 10 seconds. But once he does,
10 seconds because I can't do anything. You have to try to get out.
you got it. 10.
No, you do the circle, count to 10. After the 10 is live.
So, right? Go. 10. If I try to tap you too, or?
My partner's trying to.
30 seconds.
Just down there. I'll just show you. So here, and then in here, which is cards. After that, you just go out. So go here. Stay forward. Side.
10 seconds. Two, one, time, switch positions with your partner. Now they're gonna grab on, remember, 10 seconds. Count it down to your partner. 10 seconds, here we go, hook them up.
Three, two, one.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
If you go up like there's on bar, set up Americana, Aurora. So from mouse, you go up here, lift the head up here. There's triangle, and arm.
1 minute.
Just for you to know. So just try to not let it sit.
Alright. This is my second day, so I guess it's still not like clicking the techniques or little accurate. I guess it's just for time.
Hit this leg over here. Hit this leg over here.
So from here, grab one up.
Almost.
No, the other foot number. And now lift your hips that way.
10 seconds.
Yeah. So that's now it's from here.
2, 1, time. Find a new partner. Find somebody new. I'll take Charlie. Hello, Lena. There you go. Are you comfortable going down? Okay. Take my back. 8 seconds.
3, 2, 1, go.
Go.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So now, as soon as they start trying to get up, you either leg or you put your foot up. So like this, so like right now, turn. Here's your legs behind you. So if I want to try to do the face or right, yep. You can't put your feet in the way, put your shins in the way. So that no matter what, this is what we both are. So I'm always going to try. If I can't be the one to cover, then I want to be areas that way. So if I was on my back, I mean, I bring here, putting my feet in the way. So every time we start trying to come in, in my car, my feet. So this is what we call guard position or open guard. It is. If I can use my legs to start to grab on, that's called closed guard. And what's doing is kind of like when you take our back.
You had this for the most part. You had it. You just gotta throw your legs over. You had it.
Realize when I turn.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
First thing.
Yeah, you had it.
10 seconds remaining.
10 seconds.
3, 2, 1.
Go. So now, we're trying to, if I'm on top, I'm trying to get out and get back on top. So now I'm trying to put my legs in the way. So if you start trying to get to my head or my chest, I'm trying to put my I'm always trying to get my chair back. And ultimately, if I can get the next one, I'm not trying to say that, but I'm thinking here, because I'm not trying to say you. If not, I'm trying to get my legs in the way. 20 seconds! He's at the same list or this way. Yeah. I hear all the time because I can't do this. I'm in my 40s. I'm in my mid-60s. I can't do that.
You know what I'm missing?
All right, let's circle up.
If you always go higher. Here.
I always go elbow.
No, but here.
All right, great job. So a couple big things that we were talking about. One is the Three Sisters of Destruction. Triangle is the best. If you can get it, literally armbar is in your future. Okay? And make armbar a priority. Go after it more aggressively. Two, try to take what you know, and again, be honest with yourself. It's not about what you like. Sometimes what we like and what we're good at are not the same thing. Okay? What are you good at? Okay? If somebody were to tell me right now that they would give me $1 million if I could submit any person that they chose in this room, okay? I know which finish I'm going for that. Because I know it's but from where? Everywhere. Because I know what I'm good at. And I know what I can rely on. Okay? And so ultimately at the end of the day, who cares if you have 20 cars if only one runs? The other 20 are pieces of junk. Okay? And trying to do maintenance on 20 cars is hard. Okay, get a couple that work. Okay, and when people are like, man, all he does is Kimuras, stop it. If you don't like it, stop. Put something in my way. Get better at defending them. Because it's not my job to modify my game to make you feel better. It's your job to adapt. Get stronger at defending it. Okay? And then I guarantee you, when somebody else tries to run Kimuras on you, they're not going to be very successful at all. And then somebody else in this room is going to be better at, say, guard and throwing butterflies. So then you're going to have to get good at defending their butterflies. Your partner's strength becomes your defensive strengths. Whatever they're good at, you're going to learn to shut down. All right? Good job. All clear. I've been piling on the wall.
Thank you, Todd.
Good work, Doc. Good work, man.
Do you want this?